I'm Jordan Burgess. I'm the Deputy District Superintendent here for the Santa Cruz District of California State Parks. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and how long have you held this position?
I have been in this job for about 4 years. Yeah, I actually took a very non-traditional path to get into this position. I used to work for admin for parks in headquarters up in Sacramento, and I was in the budget office. I held various positions: budget analyst, budget manager, assistant budget officer, and then I was the assistant deputy director of administration for the department.
Did you pick up any skills in those prior positions that are helping you out today?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I learned a lot of kind of the inside working knowledge of how the department operates. So I got really familiar with finances and just how powerful a dollar is. And so that has really helped me in this position.
Awesome. And if we take a step back to your childhood, did you have any childhood experiences that made you want to pursue a career with state parks?
I did. I grew up a child of 2 biologists. My mom worked for California State Parks as well, and so she was a very big inspiration to me. Parks and open spaces are where I feel the most whole and the most myself, and so I was really inspired to pursue a career in preserving these spaces for everyone. I went to school in Indiana. I went to Indiana University, and I got a degree in journalism, which really set me up with skills for writing, which I've found are very critical in any position you hold. The way that you communicate, the spoken word, the written word, it's all really powerful in a position. And so here I am with a journalist background as a deputy district superintendent.
We recently had President Biden visit Seacliff State Beach, and so can you talk a little bit about what that experience was like, meeting the President of the United States?
Absolutely. It was certainly an inspirational moment for me. When the storms hit in January of 2023, I had no clue that just a couple weeks later I would be meeting the President. And having him come here really kind of connected the dots and made it a full circle moment for me of the fact that California State Parks are here to really serve all of the people of California and supported by all of the people in our nation. And he was a really kind human. He asked a lot of really interesting questions, and it was just really inspirational to meet him. I was very proud to represent the department and our district and all of the hardworking staff who have really just stepped up after these storms. It was an incredible moment.
And along those same lines, you have a family, right?
I do.
And so how did you share the experience of meeting the President with your children?
So I have 3 children. One of them is almost 10, and I think he was the one who understood the presidential visit the most. And it was really cool because on the President's tour, prior to arriving at Seacliff, he was flying overhead, doing kind of an aerial tour. And my son called me. He's got a smartwatch. He called me from the playground, and he was like, "Is that the President coming to visit you?" And so it was just a really cool moment. It showed him. I work really hard in this job, and it does involve a lot of long hours. It involves, some sacrifices, which I'm happy to make because I really believe in civil service and the importance of representing the community and giving myself to that. But it was really nice to just show my kids and my sons and my daughter that the hard work really is important, and it pays off, and it's something really worthwhile. So it was nice.
Awesome. And if you had one piece of advice that you would share with other women that are interested in getting into this line of work with state parks, what would that piece of advice be?
Yeah, the piece of advice I would say, and I don't know that it necessarily just relates to this line of work, but it's really find something that makes you passionate. Find something that really drives you. I am passionate about parks and open spaces, and I'm also passionate about civil service and representing the community, and so it makes coming to work exciting every day. So find something that you'll love. Find something that just inspires you to be the best version of yourself, and it won't really feel like work at that point. It'll feel like a wonderful career.
Awesome. Well, you serve as an inspiration to myself and other women within state parks and the Santa Cruz district. So I want to thank you for your time, and thank you for helping us celebrate Women's History Month.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This was wonderful.